All right, boys and the two girls, we're here. We made it. We are going to Encore, and we are always stuck in this little intersection. I have no idea what it is about it, but you're always gonna get stuck. So we're just gonna do this intro here real quick. So yeah, what's going on, guys? It's boy Ethan. Hope you're having a great day. Yes, I know you like the intro. I am dressed like an absolute fruitcake, wearing cotton candy colors for absolutely no reason. I don't know, man. I just kind of grabbed whatever, and I'm having a bad hair day. As you can see, I don't know, my hair gets a little bit longer. I only wear hats because I don't really want to put gel in my hair. It's just that extra 30 seconds is just too much effort for me, you know? But Saturday, playing some Encore, some 1-3 maybe? Thinking about 2-5. I'm on the 2-5 waiting list. We're gonna see how it goes. There's 20 tables of 1-3 going on though right now, so it's hard to kind of pass that up. And there's always some good game selection going on, so I got to figure out that. But anyways, we're gonna see how it goes. Haven't had a good Encore session in quite some time, so we're due for one. Hopefully all goes well, and I will keep you updated. Let's go ahead and play. Let's get into the hands. And yeah, no cool transitions for me this time, but next video is gonna be super fun. I already announced that I'm going to MGM Maryland live. Nope, MGM National Harbor in Maryland. I'm going there Monday, Columbus Day, and that's gonna be the next video that you guys see. I posted that on YouTube, and hopefully I'll meet some of you guys there. And anyways, guys, yeah, let's get into the hands. I'm done talking and rambling. Let's do it. One of the first hands that we looked down at on this brand new table, we looked down at Jack 9 offsuit in the big blind, and the cutoff opens it up to $10. She's a fairly new player, and I think that she has a above average hand. Some of her normal raises were like $7, so the game's been playing pretty small and passive up to this point. It's a brand new table, but anyways, I decided to make a pretty loose call here in the small blind. It's only $7 more to me, and here there's a lot of playability with Jack 9 sometimes, but out of position, it's normally a fold. But we're gonna go to a flop heads up, and the flop comes Jack 4 rainbow. So we do flop trips. Pretty good flop for us. So here out of position, I check, and she decides to take a bet of $15. Here with trips, just out of position, not going to raise just yet. Probably going to try and see a turn C bet and probably raise that. But anyways, I'm just going to flat here out of position, and we go to a turn, which is another Jack. So we can't lose this one, which isn't too bad. Here I check. Like I said, I put it on a pretty strong hand because she raised to a larger sizing than normal. So I assume she's going to bet a lot of her pairs all the time since she did boat up, but she checks it back, unfortunately. And we're going to go to a river, which is the ace of spades. It seems like a really great card for us because she does have a lot of ace X's in her range if she doesn't have like a pocket pair or anything. So here, gonna have to lead out of position. I want to get max value, so I decide to throw out a bet of $75, and she folds pretty reluctantly, unfortunately. I don't think she would ever fold an ace in that spot, but man, that's tough. Try to get max value here. And I thought the ace was a really good card. Turns out it wasn't the best, but still, I think she bets like queens or kings there on the turn. Anyways, didn't get more money, but we did get quads. Next hand, we moved to a new table. That last table we were on was pretty garbage. People were playing really small, opening raises to like $10 and playing pretty passive. So anyways, new table now. We look down at ace 10 of diamond and under the gun +1. I opened it up to $15, and we get a hijack player who makes the call. He's a fairly solid reg, so we go to a flop, which is 10-7-6 rainbow. We do like flopping top pair here with ace 10, so I'm going to throw out a c-bet of $15. He decides to make the call, still hanging on, so we're going to go to a turn, which is the jack of clubs. Here, I am just going to check. The jack isn't obviously my favorite card in the world, and I think I could be ahead. So I am just going to check, and he's has to throw out a bet of $20. Pretty small bet here, and I really can't fold ever, so I'm just going to call it $20 and go to a river, which is the king of spades. I check, and once again, he throws out a bet of $35. It's super small, and it's looking like so much value, and here, I just make the crying call for some reason. It's a really bad call. Just really, really bad, but I make the call anyways. He shows pocket jacks for a turned top set. And yeah, no need to comment on this one, boys, in the comment section below. Just a really terribly played hand by me. Oh well. Should have been an easy fold, but we didn't. Hand after that, we looked down ace-7 of clubs in middle position. There's 2 limpers to me, and I raise things up to $18. We get a button player who's a pretty solid playing reg. He decides to make the call as well. So we are going to a flop heads up out of position, unfortunately. Flop comes king high. It's king 4, 3, 2 diamonds out there. With the king out there, I'm just going to try and rep it, see what happens. I'm just going to c-bet this board all the time like I usually do. So I c-bet $25, and he decides to make the call, and we are going to a turn, which is the ace of hearts. So we do improve, but we do have the 7 high kicker, which is really not great. I decided to just check for pot control. I mean, I did hit my card, so obviously I could bet for value, but obviously not too comfortable with my 7 kicker. And he decides to check it back as well. So we're going to a turn, which is the deuce of hearts here. So the flush draw breaks out. We do have a pair of aces, and I'm trying to throw out a bet for some value here. Got to, right? So I decided to throw out a really tiny bet of $30. Super small amount, and maybe this guy is good enough to raise me here and try to bluff me off a hand. So he does actually raise. He raises to a tune of $130, so $100 more to me. What a horrible spot to be in. I think, like, I don't know. I just don't know. He's a good enough player to definitely bluff raise in this spot, but here I'm just like not really sure. I was just gonna call it off regardless. There's not a whole lot of value hands that he's repping besides maybe a set, but he does. I don't know. There's not a whole lot of value hands regardless. So I throw in the extra $100, and he shows over pocket fives for the wheel. We kind of did that to ourselves for not betting that turn card. I know, bet the cards when you hit them. Yeah, that was just a bad one for me, and I paid him off like a huge fish. After that disaster of a hand, we have Jack 10 of diamonds in middle position, and the player to my right opens it up to $15. I've seen him play very conservative, and honestly, he opens his opening sizing is changing and pretty dynamic here. So I've seen him raise to like $12, $10, $11, but he chose a sizing of 15. So I'm assuming he's on the upper part of his range here. So I decided to just flat here. I'm not going to 3-bet with Jack 10, and the player to my left, who is super active, he also makes the call as well. So we're 3 ways in our little corner here, and the flop comes king 4 rainbow, and the pre-flop laser to my right, he checks, knowing that the guy to my left has a pretty uncapped super wide range. I assume that I can maybe c-bet, take a stab at this, and take it down. So I decided to throw out a bet of $20. The player to my left does fold, and only the pre-flop raiser calls. I really did not see him calling, so might have to shut down on later streets here. So we go to a turn in position now at least. Turn is the 10 of hearts. It does bring in the backdoor flush draw, and we do improve to a pair. So when he checks to me, not really going to continue bluffing on this board. He has a lot of king X's in his range, and I think king X's would definitely check on that flop as well. So I decided to check with my showdown. River is a 7 of clubs, so it doesn't really change much, and he goes out and leads for $60 total. Not really the best spot I want to be in. I thought about it for a while, and I just don't think that this is going to be a bluff. And if it's not a bluff, there's very little hands that I can beat for value. I just don't see him throwing out like Jack 9 suited here in this spot or having that holding. So obviously I just can't really call this spot. So I decided to fold. Just really can't call. Not a lot happening there. Just unfortunate we did turn some showdown, but we couldn't get there. Last hand, we look down at pocket queens in early position, and we get an under the gun player who limps. The player to my right raises to $11. Like I said, he does raise to $11 over limpers, knowing that his holding isn't too strong as the other one when he raised to 15. So here, automatic 3-bet spot, I go to $35, and only the player to my right makes the call, and the limper folds. So we are going heads up in position to a 3-bet pot, and the flop comes Jack 5, 2 hearts out there. He checks to me, and just not really the board I want to see, but, you know, still going to c-bet and bet for value here. So I throw out a bet of $50. going to, I guess, the larger side here, trying to get calls from pocket pairs that don't believe me just yet, somewhere from like 8s to 10s. So he does make the call, and we are going to a turn, which is the 8 of clubs. So I'm still putting him on some sort of medium-sized pair when he checks to me. I just really want to look like a bluff. I want to look like ace-king a lot of the time, and I decided to just, you know, I'm going to have to bet here, but I want to figure out how much. I look at my stack size, and there's really not a whole lot left, and I want to stick to my plan of looking like a bluff here, so I make a very interesting move. I go for an overbet shove, about like 200, a little under $200, like 170, 180-ish, something like that. This guy has a huge stack to my right. He covers me by a ton, so it's not even like it matters. It's I want to look like I'm trying to push him off this pot, so I'm trying to get a crying call from hands like 9s and 10s now, since we don't really beat a whole lot, but I still think I'm ahead. That's just what my spidey senses are saying to me, and I just think that there's not a whole lot of hands that would call for value anyways. I think I'm ahead. It's not like a hand like 10s. 10s would be in a pretty tough spot, but I don't think a hand like 10s would call a turn bet anyways. So for all those reasons, I decide to jam. He thinks for a little bit and finds a fold. So our plan didn't work out to extract max value here. I just tried to play a little bit differently. It was kind of an experiment. It didn't work out for us, but we did take down the pot. Just cashed out and didn't go great. Didn't go great. I played for 3 hours. I was in the game for 540, out of the game for 326. So not a good one at all. I only played for 3 hours, and I'm just frustrated. I'm just annoyed. That's all. That's really the main thing to this. It's crazy. I don't know. 30 minutes into the session, I was really bored. I just didn't want to play. I didn't want to be there. It just seemed really monotonous. Yeah, that's all I can say. It's really unfortunate. I don't know. I just got really bored. I really didn't play that much too. I was pretty card dead, and I saw about 15 flops. I saw 15 total flops, and I reported about 6 hands to you guys that I have saved. And 3 of those flops that I didn't talk about, I flopped 2 sets and a boat, and I got no value at all. So that's cool. Those are all limped pots too. I flopped 2 sets and a limped pot, and then I flopped a boat on the big blind with 4-5 off. So that was cool, and didn't get paid. Like, I didn't even get like pre-flop money. So that's unfortunate there. So anyways, session didn't go great. I have a lady waiting for me to take my spot right now, and I'm just gonna sit here and continue talking to you guys while she grills me down. She's not happy with this situation right now. But anyways, with that said, looking forward to the next video. All right, like I said in the title, right, don't watch this if you like watching people play good poker. This wasn't the video for it, but looking forward to the next video. Maryland, MGM, National Harbor. Looking forward to taking that trip down there and seeing how that goes. So anyways, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did. Comment below how horribly I played today. And I just gotta stop being bored, and maybe I'll play 2-5. Maybe, just maybe. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.